right, and with that, it's time to move from one generation of leaders to another. We'd like to take a... I didn't know that was a joke, but I'm glad it got a laugh. We'd like to take a moment to hear from someone who has dedicated his career to supporting and empowering young people across our communities. Mark Heinert serves as the Executive Director of YouthWorks, where he leads efforts to ensure all youth have a safe place to belong and be heard. Through his commitment to youth development and community engagement, Mark has helped expand opportunities for countless young people throughout our region. Please join me in welcoming YouthWorks Executive Director Mark Heinert. No laugh on that.
That was some of the best physical comedy all night. Do we need to get someone to help you though? I'm excited to be here, and when I grow up, I hope I can be as positive and as successful as the young people that have stood here before me. I really mean that sincerely. Connor's got a business plan better than I do. We're gonna have to hook up and figure out how we can get things going in the right direction. I just want to thank all of you for being here tonight. It means a lot to all of us. The YouthWorks family cannot do it without the support of all of you, the youth, families, mentors, staff, supporters, community members. Tonight definitely is about celebrations. In youth work, we do spend a lot of time responding to crises. We're solving problems, we're writing reports, unfortunately, chasing funds to try to make it work. Just trying to keep up with all the acronyms in the human service field can be a challenge in its own right. So it's important to pause sometimes and recognize something big. Young people are already doing incredible things. And tonight we celebrate that. We also celebrate the adults who empower them. Not by controlling them or having the answers for them, but by listening, by encouraging, and walking alongside the young people as they discover their new strengths. I've got something in my past that I want to share. I know it's a public event, but I'm going to do that right now. I brought a photo with me tonight. Hopefully it'll pop up there. So, I was young at one point in time. This is Mark in 1990. And I looked to find a picture of my mullet, and I couldn't find it's there. If you look, it's there. And there's a couple of other dated aspects that this photo have. This innocuous photo, which I don't remember ever being taken. It's like, yes, we had corded phone. Yes, that's actually the antenna for the AM/FM radio that you see behind me now. Some of you are going, oh yes, I know, I remember that. You gotta have the big hair rock band. So the reason I brought that though is that I want us to be refocusing all of our thoughts about, no matter how old we are, let's think about the time when we were youth. So if you feel like you're perhaps 20, 30, maybe 40 years removed from being that young person, don't forget the young person that you were. I need all of us, in my world, I just really need all of us to take that time to consider the impact that we get to have every day with young people. The picture that you see actually was when I was 21 in my college dorm, just before signing up to do work at a summer camp. I took a summer internship working at Holiday Home Camp, which was just outside of Chicago, and I spent an entire summer working with inner city Chicago youth. The counseling staff were from all over the world, which was really interesting for me. I had a chance to make friends from Germany, Russia, Scotland, New Zealand, and several other countries. As a small town North Dakota kid, I really had little exposure to culture, different than my own. Honestly, I was really soaking this all in. The camp changed me. I went there thinking that I was going to go there to try to help teach kids. But the truth is, the youth taught me far more than I taught them. The camp had many young camp counselors like me. I learned a great deal from my fellow counselors around the world. And we also had a program where we had counselors in training, CIT. These counselors in training were 16 and 17 years old. They served as mentors to the youth and supporters, and they were alumni of the camp that was for 12 to 15-year-old youth. One of the clearest memories that I have, and I know this picture will help you picture this, was sitting in some downtime with a group of young ladies that were there for the camp. And they decided they wanted to braid my mom. And so as I sat there and let them braid my hair, I learned about them. I learned about their culture. I learned about their identity, about hair, about pride, why it mattered, what it meant in their lives. Later, it was a counselor in training, Mooch was his name, when he was only 16, who shared his experience with me and helped teach me about his life growing up in Chicago. It gave me even further insight to what it was like for the young people living in a culture that I found different than my own. I can vividly remember, to this day, we would ride into Union Station in Chicago. We would pick up a group of young people to come to the camp. And when we were leaving Chicago, we would reach the outskirts of the city, and nearly every young person was in complete awe because they had never seen their own city skyline. They were looking back at Chicago going, oh my God, that's Chicago. That's our skyline. They didn't have the opportunity to be able to see their own skyline, and it just is burned in my memory that opportunity that we were able to be a part by spending time with them during that time. So what stayed with me all these years isn't just the importance of respecting people's identities or cultures, and that did matter very deeply. It was the importance of letting youth teach me. Not pretending I already understood their experiences, not assuming I had all the answers because I was the adult in the room, even though I was 21 and I really was a youth. But being curious enough and humble enough to learn from them. At that time, I don't think I fully understood why that experience mattered so much to me. And now, looking back, I realize those young people were teaching me long before I had a language for it. They were helping me grow, helping me understand culture, identity, leadership, relationships, in ways that no textbook could have ever taught me. That lesson still feels relevant today. Last weekend, for example, Bismarck celebrated Pride Week. This week marks Juneteenth, as many of you know. Both of those remind us how hope grows when people are willing to learn from one another, when barriers give way to opportunity, and when communities create space for everyone to belong and for everyone to thrive. The same principle applies to youth empowerment today. Young people still need adults who show up consistently, who listen more than they lecture, who create space for youth voices, who understand that empowerment isn't about control, it's about connection. For me personally, this marks 30 years for me at YouthWorks. I'm happy to have found a place that embodies the same principles of youth empowerment that I learned so many years ago at the Holiday Home Camp. And over the last three decades, I've had the privilege of watching thousands of young people demonstrate courage, resilience, creativity, humor, compassion, and leadership, often while carrying challenges many adults would struggle to navigate. I've also learned that behind many of these success stories is something remarkably simple. A caring adult who showed up. Someone who listened, someone who encouraged, someone who believed in a young person before they believed in themselves. I know many of these caring adults are in this room tonight, and I especially want to recognize YouthWorks staff who are here this evening. Give a wave, take some credit. You guys are Thanks to each and every one of you for showing up day after day, for building those relationships, believing in young people through both their struggles and their successes. Because I've seen how powerful one adult can be. A mentor, a teacher, a counselor, a coach, a volunteer. Someone who simply keeps showing up. Sometimes empowerment looks big and public, and sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's helping a young person find their voice. Sometimes it's helping them believe that they matter. Tonight, we're here to celebrate all of that. The poetry we've heard tonight, the awards that we've been able to present, the stories represented in this room. Some of those stories are hard to hear. All of those stories are inspiration. They remind us of the same truth. Young people are not just future leaders. They are leaders right now. And when communities invest in youth, when we listen to them, trust them, and create opportunities for them to lead and teach us, incredible things happen. So thank you. Thank you to the young people who continue to inspire us, to the adults who empower youth with patience, humility, and heart. And thank you for being a part of a community that believes that young people deserve not only support, but belonging, opportunity, and hope. Finally, I want to thank you for letting me share my mullet shot with all of you. Many of you have teased me throughout the years, and I think some of our staff are going, I don't know what color his hair ever was. Now you have proof. So thank you to all of you. We're going to get to move on to the next phase, which is recognizing some adults that are also incredibly important in the work that we do that are not youth work staff and that are parts of our community. So thank you for your time.